and strengthening.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championships here in Maryland. We have moved on to the Women's Division I semifinals. It's going to be Boise State versus University of Massachusetts. I'm Abby Gustitis here with Darian Lovelace. How are we doing today, Darian?
So excited. There has been a matchup coming back from the rain from yesterday. It looks like absolute chaos, but teams are here to play. We're in the women's D1 semifinal. Everything on the line for these teams. Really exciting stuff, though.
Exciting indeed. You see kicking off on the right side of your screen is University of Massachusetts off to Boise State in the traditional white with the blue and orange, and University of Massachusetts with ball in hand early on, but just a little knock-on scene. Referee says playing the ball on the ground. So long arm penalty to University of Massachusetts as they barrel down the field and they open this up within 25 seconds. Look at the excitement, and University of Massachusetts Amherst are first on the board, opening up 5-0.
Yeah, we talked about the excitement that all teams are going to have. These games right on everything. Every score counts, and UMass already finding a lot of vulnerability in Boise State. She found such a tiny little gap and just weaved right on through. Good stuff to see early on in this match.
Excellent start to the match, and then conversion to come. That is Rebecca Chaffee converting that first try, bringing the score 7 points to 0. UMass up against Boise State, and exactly the start that Zoe Kim, the head coach for University of Massachusetts, would have wanted for her side.
Yeah, we just see here that little gap, the stiff arm creating that little gap of space, and then the cutback inside, trying to get away from the defender. UMass doesn't really want to get hit by Boise State, and the hype is real for UMass.
A little confused here as Boise State just kicked off to UMass. Should have been the other way. So it will be UMass line out here just outside their own 22. So about 80 meters to go. Right, so it does look like UMass kicked off. It didn't go 10. And then Boise State with a little bit of an making that into the touch, as that will turn the ball over back to UMass as we see them charging up the field.
Offside.
Looks like another penalty. Boise State need to work on that ill discipline if they want to stay in this match. But a good chop tackle coming in from Boise State, looking a little scrappy. UMass able to keep that ball alive. There's our try score, tackled, but gets up to release it, and ball stays with you. There's the converted kicker. Get up the field. You see the Boise State defenders just hustling back. UMass is just rolling them, and it's another quick tap, this time from Tess Downs.
UMass again.
And UMass again make it 2, bringing the lead 12 points to 0. UMass up against Boise State.
UMass again just doing a good job of building that continuity here early on. They're breaking to the ball quickly, which is leaving these beautiful gaps around the breakdown. Boise State just is not able to regather. UMass has really taken this first half.
And the conversion is just under, no good.
Conversion is no good this time around, so score remains 12 points to 0. UMass up, shocking Boise State in this Women's Division I semifinal. And we have Emma Cullen there scoring 2 so far for UMass. She's looking very dominant in this match, using her athleticism and her vision to carve up the Boise State defense. Again, Chaffee here restarting, nice high hanging restart, Boise State just unable to hang on
Boise
to that.
State
Kylie Nelson lets
trying to
it
turn
drop,
that corner.
but here we have
On the
Maria
outside,
Donovan
it's a foot race.
bursting up the top of your
Quick
screen,
run.
that left-hand side, but strong tackle coming in here from UMass. Really great cover defense. It looks like it's going to be a turnover here.
Really unfortunate there for Boise State after such a big run. That was almost a 30-meter run coming from them, showing that they are really lethal when they have ball in hand, but that sideline defender never misses, and now UMass will get it back.
Line out thrown in by Chaffee. Boise State able to claim that one. Moving the ball through the hands, just drifting a little sideways. Looks like Donovan here again. An unlucky ball goes backwards, deems the referee. Sends the ball through the hands, Ariana Evdokimo, and then getting it back to the edge. Looks like it just went forward. Referee calling a little knock on from Boise State. So we'll gift that ball back to UMass. So scrum for the red and white stripes just inside their own half. So about 50 meters to go. They have the danger runner, Emma Cullen, lined up there at first receiver, but also a big blind spot at the top of your screen.
That's this kid's phone. Huh? That's Austin's phone.
Rebecca Chaffee, scrum half for UMass, puts ball in, gets it. They look to utilize that weak side at the top. However, loose ball hits the deck. That's Cullen there. Picks up at the base of the ruck, Aaron Bergeron. Strong leg drive, but just gets taken into touch. This Starion showing that inexperience to me. As soon as you get close to that touchline, you have to cut back in.
It never misses. It's always going to end up resulting in a guaranteed turnover. Noticing that there wasn't really a lot of space there, just seems that it was a poor decision. But now Boise State will be back with ball in hand.
The Boise State line out, test downs, takes it in, sets the ruck. They look to go up the middle, keeping that ball alive, a little loop pass, but good defense coming in from UMass so far. Their line's looking a little disjointed if Boise State can get the ball out to the edge. As they do so, the wraparound, keeping the ball alive. I believe that's Donovan, again, has been a threat for Boise State. They're able to secure that ruck. They have a lot of time, a lot of space down towards the bottom of your screen on this right-hand side. Simple skills, but great footwork coming in. Excuse me. This is now Donovan cruising through, cuts back in off the right foot step. Number 5, Boise State. Maria Donovan getting it done and bringing them right back into this match, 12 points to 5.
Donovan will get all the glory, but that was a team try by Boise State. They were able to pass the ball early. A lot of times they were getting caught right at the defensive line, and UMass was smothering the ball. But finally finding a little bit of success there by moving the ball early to those danger runners like Donovan, who want the green grass, want the open space. Boise State now back in this match against UMass.
And that will take us to halftime here at the Maryland Soccerplex Stadium. It is 12 points to 7, UMass ahead of Boise State.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sheehy Auto Stores is a proud partner of the Collegiate Rugby Championship. They make it easy to trade or sell your vehicle at Sheehy.com. Sheehy buys cars of all years, makes, and models. Be sure to visit any of their 30 stores throughout Maryland and Virginia. If you're looking to sell or trade your current vehicle and get your check on the same day, and I'm not just a pundit, I'm a customer. second half.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship. This is the Women's Division I National Semifinal. Boise State on the right side of your screen in the white against UMass in the red and white stripes. It is just kicking off the second half. UMass, ball in hand, they're leading 12 points to 7 after a late try from Boise State in the first half. And again, just running into touch. We saw this a few times in the first half. Such a coach killer. Looks like they're having a promising run, a good line break, and then just taking their foot into that sideline.
Substitutions being made for UMass.
Unless you have it in the bag for a weak side play, it's so important to make sure that you're making the right decisions there. This is a very, very close game. UMass 12, Boise State 7. Just important to keep possession here for both teams.
And what a little icing by Boise State. For all the money in the world, I would have thought she was in. Again, the sideline gets the job done. Darian, I don't think she heard you when you said, as long as you're going to put her on the weak side, take it. She just needs to jam back in. I love the creativity. But again, you're just turning the ball back over to your opposition. Boise State with the turnover, ball in hand again, a chance to tie it up with a 5-pointer. There's Donovan looking to take the corner as she does so, but a great tackle coming in from UMass. That looks like Emma Cullen getting it done on attack and defense for UMass. So it will be another line out for UMass deep inside their own half. Looks like they got about 95 meters to go to get to their own try zone. Aaron Bergeron going up, but it's another steal this time. Allie Frunzak from Boise State, and then it goes back the other way. Emma Cullen looks to clear her own half, sending it long, but referee calling it back. Kate Carroll there was able to regather, but sends it back to the referee. Waiting to see what the call is. Looks like a little knock on there from Boise State in the line out. So it'll be that scrum to UMass at the 15-meter mark. And that's just 5 meters out from UMass's own try zone. So a lot of pressure here from Boise State. Need to keep UMass down here if they want to get back and tie this match up. Looks like that ball comes. Go ahead, Darian.
A little bit of contest there early for the scrum. UMass are really going to have to drive over to try and keep Boise State out of their end. This is no man's zone.
Completely agreed. Big contest coming in again. Ball for UMass. Colin looks to clear, but kick does not go very far. Again, Carroll regathers that one for Boise State, and it's a tackle. A little bit of a hair pull, says the referee. So it's a quick tap for Boise State. She takes route 1, passes the ball off. Rebecca, Dylan Hadley, and a try is awarded. Again, Donovan dotting it down. That brings us to a tie. It's 12 points, all kick to come.
Boise State showing a lot of determination and a lot of resiliency. UMass looks so promising at the beginning, scoring both of their tries within the first 2 minutes, but it's this quick hands. It's their ability to move it to the danger players early. Giving your players who want the speed, who want that ball, it's important to get it to them early so that they can do the moves that they need to do. Donovan wants to end up in that try zone for her team. Boise State now, unfortunately, will still stay tied up with UMass, but what a performance by them in the second half.
And what a strike on that conversion. Unfortunately, didn't have the distance, but Kate Carroll gave it a go, and now she's going to look to restart. It is 12 all. just over 2 minutes to go, which can feel like an eternity in sevens, as Boise State kick off to UMass.
Restarted, and it takes a favorable hop.
UMass letting that ball bounce, but Boise State also unable to gather it. So it's a little knock on for Boise State, advantage to UMass, which the referee will go back and play the scrum. So just that little knock on will give UMass the ball with an opportunity to move down the field and come out on top.
Yeah, UMass looking a little flat here within these last 2 minutes, and it almost looks like Boise State is popping off, really getting over the ball and smothering it. They're going to really have to dig deep if they want to extend their lead to beat Boise State.
Much cleaner scrum this time. Ball goes to Colin through the hands. UMass able to hold on to that, and she is going towards the touchline, cruising across the field. But Colin able to pick it up. She gets a little go forward, picking at the base of the ruck, using the full width of the field. We love to see that, but their support is a little late. Referee deems Hadley for coming in illegally, saying no clear release from the tackler. And then just a knock on as she goes to play the ball. So it will be a scrum down to Boise State as the clock continues to tick down. If you look at the top of your screen, less than 40 seconds to go. Boise State ball. Huge opportunity here.
Yeah, UMass probably a little bit disappointed there, getting a little bit overzealous, and now Boise State back with the ball in hand.
Dylan Hadley picking it up at the base, getting it out to the center for Boise State, and there's Donovan. We wouldn't expect anyone else to get the ball. She has a go, but she's well tackled there. Boise State able to hold on. You can see the UMass players just walking back pretty casually. But a little mishandle coming in from Boise State, turning that ball over. It's going to be advantage to UMass. Referee blows it up as Boise State regathered. Scrum down.
That is the end of regulation.
Referee having some words with Boise State. It looks like that might be full time, as it is a tie in a national semifinal. They will need to go into extra time to figure out who's going to come out on top and go on to the national championship for the women's Division I to play against the winner of the next matchup, Baylor versus Clemson.
The sudden death round, where
UMass under pressure, turns the ball upfield. A great run.
Welcome. Apologies for the technical issues. UMass on your screen playing Boise State in extra time. Long arm penalty to UMass. They look to quick tap, move down the field. And can she go all the way? Yes, she can. It is UMass with the victory. You see the elation. Referee blowing full time. University of Massachusetts Amherst are off to a national championship final coming up later today against the winner of Baylor versus Clemson.
What a big win for UMass here. You can see the community. Stands are filling up. It's the community of rugby that we love. Team hugs all around as they celebrate such a big win in the sudden death last couple minutes. Boise State showed a lot of promise. You see UMass sending all the good vibes from the bench. They had so much resiliency here. That number one finally sliding in for the last try. Bergeron was turned on this whole game. And now we will continue on.